Okay, everyone, it's about that time to get started. Welcome to the Secure Remote Workforce Summit afternoon session on enhancing your employee productivity with Microsoft Search. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you an introduction of myself. We're going to look at some of the industry updates with around search. We're going to talk about what is Microsoft Search and then what is coming from Ignite this year that Microsoft announced last week. My name is Johnny Lopez. I am a Microsoft 365 architect here at Catapult, and that slide should not go. I apologize. Um, I am a community leader in Office 365 and SharePoint. You can follow me on Twitter. Apologize, the slide is going forward. You can follow me on Twitter at rocket_15. I do have a channel. I'm just going to go to the next slide. I'm the Houston Office 365 community president, and also am the co-founder and leader of the Microsoft 365, or sorry, the Power Platform user group down in here in Houston. Today we're going to go over some industry updates. So we all struggle to find information. We know these sayings where, can you show me that PowerPoint? Can you share that PowerPoint that you presented yesterday? I need the most current industry research. I can't find our health insurance claim form. These different types of things. We all struggle to find information. The process is synonymous with the traditional search experience, a query and continuous refining of the query until you find what you're looking for. While the process may work for you on one occasion, it is not consistent enough to be valuable in the future. This is why search needs to evolve and become more personal and more context aware, more precise, and more available. So wherever you are, whatever it is, you can find it for the first time with minimal effort and precision. How much is too much information? So we talked about all this information that we could share. How much is too much? There are multiple locations where information can be stored, whether it's in your company intranet, cloud services, SharePoint, OneDrive, line of business application, on-premises servers, file shares, you name it. There's lots of information. So right now, in this year, Microsoft predicted 44 zettabytes of data, and that is 76% of unstructured data, meaning there's no organization, there's no metadata, there's nothing tagged to that. It's just out there for information to grab. So let's talk about, why is searching at work so frustrating, right? Users are faced with multiple distinct search experiences, whether it's context application, going between applications to find information. The entry point is very different for a search perspective for different applications. Results are partial and inconsistent across the applications, and there are just too many data sources. There's too much. There's too many results to dig through and find the right one. The other reason why the search and work is so frustrating is our expectations have changed. We want to search at work to be easy as searching on the web. So we want search at work to be like Google. Google's easy. We can go find what we need. If we need to find a recipe, we can go out and find a recipe. If we know we need to find how to service your lawnmower, we can find those things, right? So keep in mind that our expectations as users have changed throughout the years because technology is so much to the forefront on our fingertips. We want the results to be relevant and personalized. We want answers to our questions, not just more links, right? If you're familiar with traditional SharePoint search, it just gives you a bunch of links to click through. It doesn't. We want that relevant answer to be surfaced, not just more things to click through. As a result of the frustrations, as a result of the too many data sources, and as a result of our expectations have changed, 20% of our time is spent just looking for information. That's a day per week that an employee loses productivity. And no wonder companies that spend billions of dollars on building custom solutions to try to solve this problem. Some of the top search engines that we can use today, Google's one of them, Bing from Microsoft, Yahoo, Ask, AOL Search, that is still a thing actually. Dogpile, DuckDuckGo, and then the Internet Archive. That is another thing that is one of the classic search experiences. But these are some of the top search engines that you can use today to go out and find information out there on the internet. So let's talk about Microsoft Search. Microsoft Search is an intelligent search for the modern workplace. It allows you to, it works across many of the apps today and will be part of everything soon. Not only that, Microsoft Search had the ability to find information anywhere in the workplace as long as the user has access, and as well as out on the internet as well. So it's simple. One simple search across the platform. Search is consistent and familiar from within any app you're using. Intelligent search has personalized results to work is to you and your work. And the ability to search from anywhere and any device is really key. So some of this Microsoft Search features includes files, contextual and relevant files on SharePoint, OneDrive for business, and more. It also there's some people search around that as well. Microsoft Search provides a nice people search, so someone's role within the company, what they have been working on, org charts, and ways to contact them. Whether you want to send them an instant message through Teams, or if you want to send them an email through Outlook, or even a phone call, you can click on information and it will launch a phone call for you. You can also find team conversations, sites and answers and resources, groups, those Office 365 groups by name or by members, and then browse and share the content. And then also locations. So you can add your locations, like addresses and maps and directions to the company buildings. You can add those so when users in your organization search for them, they can find them from any device. So if they're on their mobile device searching through Microsoft Search Experience, they can actually locate the address of a building that as part of your organization. If you and you can surface that very quickly and easily. Some of the search benefits that you could talk about is maximizing your technology investment. You've already paid for it. So Microsoft Search already comes part of your Office 365 and Microsoft 365 subscription. The simplicity of it is a single purpose built enterprise tool to replace multiple solutions. It can also add productivity. Information employees need is at their fingertips and can be found quickly. No more workspace disruptions by employees asking each other for help. Where can I find this document? What can I do with this? Those other types of things. There's also a security back into this. So work searches by your employees are protected. The GDPR regulation, and then also it's Tier C compliant. So you have lots of features. With Microsoft Search, finding information becomes easy, fast, relevant, saving your business time and money. Especially around knowledge management. No more lost tribal knowledge as people leave the company, because as you put it in and you work in Microsoft 365, there is an opportunity for you to surface that data later on. And then also a couple of three frustrations that we can talk about, and this benefit helps with is lots of app switching to find info. Entry Point has different search UX, so it's a different UI. So Microsoft Search brings in that consistent UI, and it also brings in more consistent results and that are people-centric as well. So Microsoft Search is powered by the Microsoft Search Graph, or the Microsoft Graph, which is a technology that can tie together all of the Microsoft products, allowing them to share data intelligence. In the simplest terms, Microsoft Graph is a way to search users, groups, mail, calendars, contacts, files, etc., across the Microsoft technology, all from one single endpoint, such as search. How can you tailor Microsoft Search to your organization? So one of the things that you can do is you can show useful content. So what that does, there's a concept called answers that provides fast, authoritative results to search queries based on keywords. So if I add a keyword for a bookmark or a question or acronyms, so you can define acronyms within your organization, and when someone searches what is GDPR, you can give a result based on your organizational's understanding or the regulation for your organization. So this is what this bookmark looks like in SharePoint. When you search for a specific keyword, it will highlight that bookmark, allowing you to define the URL and also put a description next to what it's used for. There is also an external content or external connectors. Microsoft Graph connectors allow you to bring external content into the search index. You can use connectors to enrich search experiences with data and files from outside the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. So these are the ones that are available today. So things like ADLS Gen 2, you can actually tie in enterprise websites. They have to be static sites. They can't be non-static. And then also the Azure SQL, ServiceNow, Azure DevOps, SQL servers, and then if you have any media wikis within your organization, things like Confluence Cloud and those other types of media wikis, you can bring that data that's already there into your search experience. And then also you can customize the user experience with what we call verticals. And there's other configurations, but verticals are those things that show up when you conduct a search. They show up as all files, sites, news, Power BI, those different types of things. So you can actually add your own verticals and group search results by department or source. So you can there's some more customizations that you can add to your search experience. And then there's another integration that works across all of the Microsoft apps. So users use the same search box as for web searches. In the Office apps, users find the Microsoft search box in the header bar, and it looks like this. So it's pretty consistent on all of the different online and also on the Office apps as well. So this is a search box you can use for Office.com, Word, OneDrive, SharePoint, Yammer, and also in Microsoft Teams in the browser. So that search is consistent when you're in the Microsoft ecosystem. So from the search experience, when you're in SharePoint, so the search experience is when a user clicks into the search box, search suggests results based on their previous activity in Office 365 and based on content that's trending in your organization. Files they were working on recently and commands they've recently used, as well as people they collaborate with, are examples of activity that search considers. As users start typing in the search box, they get suggested result updates. Users can open search results right from the search box, and here's an example of that in SharePoint. So as you can see here, when I actually click on a term or enter the search, it goes into what we call the result set. If the suggested in the search box aren't what users are looking for, when they hit enter, it opens the full list of results. They can use metadata such as who last modified the item and when, where the item is located, and as well as a preview to determine if it's what they're looking for. So that analogy of I have to open every single folder to find the document that I'm looking for, it kind of goes away with Microsoft Search because it's diving into the file. So it's looking at the file name, the URL, it's looking at any metadata that's associated to that file, but it's also crawling through the file, looking through the file's content, and looking to see if there's any matching keywords to the file that's been OCR'd and rendered into the index. Okay, so let's talk about what is new with Microsoft Search. So Microsoft Search, again, is that the enterprise search solution for the Microsoft 365 platform. So let's talk about what's new. So what's new in Microsoft that's being launched this quarter is People-Centric Search. Find skills and expertise within your organization. There's going to be a Power BI search, and that's actually already available in most tenants. A conversation search. So if I'm having conversations in Teams, or if I'm having conversations in Yammer communities, those different types of things, bringing those things together so you can search across multiple applications. There's also what's coming as an image search, and there's also improved filter design and new filters. There's a topic search that's coming in a personal query history. So let's look at the people-centric search. So Microsoft has always put people first at the center of search. Usually when you're searching for information, you work from its edges to its center. And um, the same way we may build a puzzle, right? We start from the edges and we come into the center. The strength of Microsoft Search is that it allows you to find information from the center, the person, and then outward. So in this case here, I'm searching for someone, but there's also gives me a contact information, then also provides in the image I'm searching through Outlook on my phone. It's also providing other emails that have been provided to uh, that have been sent from Elvia. The other thing is here in SharePoint. So when you do a search in SharePoint, you're finding not only the person's information, but also the information that the user is working on that you have access to, or the common scenarios that you guys are working on. So it's people who create and curate knowledge, and we believe that allowing you to anchor that on a person, their knowledge, and solve the information puzzle working outward. So that's what one of the things that is people-centric search. So this is where you can find information around people, but also what they're working on that you have access to. Another component is through find skills and expertise. So if you're familiar with SharePoint, you're on-prem, if you're familiar with Office 365 and now and the people card, this is where that ask me about is really coming into play. So for all those years that we had ask me about just so we can view it on Delve, now it's coming up to the front and foremost. For example, for a marketing campaign, you may want to know who in your company has expertise on social media or perhaps even production. Microsoft Search will simply you'll be able to ask who knows about social media or experts in production, and because there are Microsoft is using the machine learning algorithms. Microsoft Search can identify expertise not only based on self-attestation, but also adding skills to your own profile. And when you add skills to your profile, that's giving you that recognition in the organization as far as finding what you know and what you do, but also the content that you work on. So what the skills and expertise looks at the content that you're working on and pulls those keywords back, and based on that machine learning algorithm, it can surface you as an expert in specific things. This helps keeps up to date the evolving nature of knowledge of the individuals in your organization. There's a Power BI search that's coming out. Power BI is a Magic Quadrant leader among analytics and business intelligence platforms, and over that has lots of customers and brings 40 petabytes of data into Power BI every month. So it's a huge component. So most of everyone that has Microsoft 365 is using Power BI in some way. So there's a way that you can search within Microsoft Search for those Power BI dashboards. So there is a vertical that you can click on that filters to show you those dashboards that have relevant content based on your search term. So this is a new addition that's coming out as well. So in some tenants, this is already hit, but you can now use Microsoft Search to search for Power BI reports that you have access to. Keep in mind when we say Microsoft Search 2, we're talking about that search bar that's in Office.com, SharePoint, OneDrive, those different types of things. So if you're searching outside of Microsoft ecosystem, you're not going to be able to find this information. One of the other new features is image search. I don't think there has to be any any spill about this, but what Microsoft is doing is looking at these images and pulling out common things that they find as useful in this image. In this example, if you see, go back to the next slide. Sorry, and in this example, you see. There's a Surface Pro. These are Surface Pro images and duos. And what's happening is because someone's searching for Surface and these images have been OCR'd and also ran through a processing engine, it's able to determine what type of device it is based on certain criteria that you define. So, that's one of the things that Microsoft Search can search across SharePoint and Office.com to find exactly precisely find what you're looking for based on an instant image with a new image search. There's also some improved filtering design. If you're familiar with the filtering today, it's not there's not very much you can do. I think there's like 3 things that you can choose from, whether it's date, file type, and I don't even think the location is on there. But new out of the box filters will make it easier for you to find when you need what you need, whether if it's a file, presentation, a page, or something else in addition to precisely searching for the most up-to-date content. And stay tuned for being able to to use your own filters based on refinable managed properties in the upcoming months. So Microsoft is working on the refinable managed properties from things like the term store. Okay, so the next thing is topic search. Finding information is awesome. Organizing that information is even better. Topic answers will come later in the calendar year as part of Project Cortex, which uses AI to identify knowledge topics across teams and systems and automatically organizes related based on resources and experts to create topic pages. So you have to create the content once the experts and resources create topic pages like Wikipedia pages, for example. This is Wikipedia topic pages or Wikipedia pages for the enterprise, but built by AI. And topics bring people together. Content, information, have a name, have a definition, has a description, and connections to people, content, files, sites, etc. So, and also conversations as well. So topics are automatically mined from content and curated by end users. Topics can also be created manually. So topic search is coming. So if there's a specific topic, it will bring it in not only people, resources, sites, those different types of things all in one view. There's also coming in the few months is personal query history. So search is something that we use every day a lot, and it's hard to keep a track of what you last searched for. Kind of like when you open that search browser for Google or Bing, and you have to go back to your browser history to go find that one site. Well, this personal query history is like that. So anything that you've searched for in the past, you can actually go back and look at your personal query history. With personal query history, you'll see your recent queries as you begin typing in the search box to help you get back to the insights and information you recently used or access, so you no longer have to bookmark your queries or memorize the right query, the right text, the right term to get back where you were. Your personal query history can be managed through your Office 365 My Account settings, and new My Account privacy controls allow you to delete your history or download your query history for future reference. Oh, sorry. The last part of this is search wherever you are working. So one of the nice things about a Microsoft Search is really bringing those search platform or those other platforms into the mix. So I just showed you the different ways that you can search from Office.com, SharePoint, OneDrive, Yammer. Well, when you're in those platforms like those clients like Teams or the Yammer app or those different types of things, you can actually do a search that will search across those other products as well. So if you're in Microsoft Teams today and you do a search for time off, if there's a bookmark for time off that you created in Microsoft Search, it will show up in Microsoft Teams Search. So this is coming for where you can search wherever you're working, whether you're on the mobile device, as you can see in this example. So in the mobile device, I'm in Outlook and I'm searching for benefits. And I see that there's benefit emails that I got recently, but because there's a bookmark for benefits, it will surface wherever you're working. So it will surface in your mobile device where you can easily click on that link and access your benefit information. Because there's times where we need to access benefits quickly, and if someone emailed you a link for benefits, well, you're probably going to go to your email and look for that benefits link. But if there's already a bookmark created, then you have that bookmark accessible right at the tip of your fingers. The other thing that is coming is Microsoft. It's going to be the Windows search component. So when you hit that Windows key on your keyboard and that dialog box comes up, when you start searching for things like time off, Right now, it looks through the files that are on your machine. If pretty soon it's going to start looking at files that are a part of your Office 365 connection. So based on the user, you're searching for the files that you have access to. So it's going to bring back things like bookmarks and acronyms, and also different types of things that you're searching for that are particular for in Office 365.